Hello there. I'm gonna do the Q&A in my living room. Welcome. I think you may have seen this room once or twice in some of my previous videos. Just seems like a nice place to sit down and hang out with you guys. You like my pink Christmas tree? Yeah, that's right. Real men have pink I can't even finish that sentence. Let's start with the questions, shall we? Ed McMuffin asks, why do I suck at guitar? Because you think you suck at guitar. Obi Chamberlain asks, if you were stuck on an island and could bring one person thing, what would it be? I'd bring a really gigantic container of ketchup because everything tastes better with ketchup and I probably have to be eating some gross stuff to stay alive. So I'm already kind of a picky eater. A vat of ketchup. Egg Mitchell asks, how do I get my fingers to move quicker? I want to be a shred god, but my fingers can't keep up. Well, I have a YouTube video on my channel called How to Be a Shred God. Look that one up. Music Playlister asks, how many guitars do you have? P.S. Love you. Love you too, buddy. I have this many. Tyler Dickey asks, what is your favorite mode to play in? Also, what is a good drill that can help you learn the modal positions faster? I like Lydian, personally. It just makes me play better. I don't know what it is about it. It's just that dreamy sound that really gets my creative juices flowing. So that's my answer. If you want to learn about the modes from me, then check out my course. It's called Guitar Super System, linked below. There's actually one more day left where you can get it on the cheap. So do that if you're interested. Gus Medina asks, where do I start to practice my music theory? Please, 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 please answer. My course Guitar Super System is literally where you should start. And then you can come here to my YouTube channel and fill in the gaps. Milan Kostanevic asks, how often do you change your guitar strings? A simple one, I think. Hey! Every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how often I play. Coleman Card asks, work outside of music YouTube? Full-time musician? This was probably one of the most popular questions that I got. Is this your job, dude? What do you do on the side? Yes, Music is Win is my full-time job. I worked for years doing other jobs. I worked for Apple for a time. I worked in a coffee shop at one point. I worked on a golf course at one point. Although it was kind of years ago, it's all projected me to this place here where I started teaching guitar. I started a business doing film production, and that kind of led me into producing more high quality videos for clients. And then I am a guitar player, of course, so I was like, why don't I make some cool guitar videos? There seems to be a cool space on the internet for that, and at the same time I realized there was no real solid consistent education channels out there with a background in higher education. I went to Berklee College of Music. That whole curriculum is very fragmented across YouTube and other learning platforms, so I decided to take all my knowledge and condense it into all my guitar courses, which are all linked in the description below. And then to promote those products, I create these YouTube videos for you guys, and I've been working pretty much every day for about a year. So it hasn't been easy, but I've just done it all day grinding, and I'm trying to make it happen. Everything seems to be going very well at this point, which I'm very grateful for, but it definitely took a lot of work and a lot of struggling and a lot of disappointments to get here, but I'm so thankful that I have people who care about what I do and I'm just gonna keep doing my best, and I take what you guys say very seriously most of the time, and so I'm always looking for feedback and how I can improve for you. Dylan Malakovsky asks, thoughts on Chapman guitars? I've never played a Chapman guitar, but I like the guys who run the YouTube channel that make the Chapman guitars, so I'm sure they're good. James R. Fisher asks, here's a question. Which DAW is your personal favorite? I would say Logic Pro is my favorite DAW. And if you don't know what DAW means, it's Digital Audio Workstation. It's the software that you use to record and edit music. Medusa asks, do you feel using different brand strings really matters? Example, medium Martins with medium Dunlops. Is there a real difference? I've tried lots of strings in my day. I use elixirs exclusively now because every other string that I've used has become rusty and discolored much quicker than elixirs, and even when elixirs get old, they just kind of wear out. They don't feel nasty or anything like that. Solace asks, what is your all-time favorite riff? I assume you mean favorite riff, and if so, then one of my favorite riffs is this. That's another clip from my Modern Rock Guitar Techniques course, which is upcoming to be released December 12th. So sign up on the email list if you're interested in learning more about that. You could actually win free access to the course among other free gear if you just sign up for the email list. So do that. That lesson in particular is going over time signatures, and obviously Judith is in the 6/8 time signatures, so that's how I demonstrated that concept. Alex Wetterhahn asks, are you planning to release more courses in the future? Why yes, Modern Rock Guitar Techniques. Sign up for the email list. Rob G asks, if you were attacked in a dark alley by a clarinet, what would you do? I would panic, because it's a giant clarinet, and clarinets aren't living things. Ha asks, when you start a guitar, what was originally your biggest struggle and how did you conquer it? The biggest struggle for me when I started playing guitar was playing guitar, like actually playing daily. Once you start to get into a daily routine, you improve so much faster. This is why I always tell people it's not how long you've been playing, it's how often you play. The guy who's been playing every day for 15 minutes for 2 years is way beyond the dude who's been playing 2 hours a month for 50 years. Andrew Burrautu asks, are you my dad? Yes. João Vasconcelos asks, have you ever felt like you couldn't get any better playing the guitar? How do you keep yourself motivated to improve? Yeah, we all feel like that sometimes. I've made a video that you can find on my YouTube channel called When You Get Discouraged on Guitar. You should check that out if you ever get discouraged. And then there's another video on my YouTube channel called Finding Your Sound on Guitar. Those two videos contain all my thoughts on what to do when you get discouraged playing guitar, but the basic philosophy is to just chill and take a breather and realize that you are you, and whoever or whatever force is keeping you down, that's not keeping you down physically, it's only keeping you down mentally. So, yeah. David Ahn asks, what advice do you have for someone who wants to pursue music as a career? Love your videos, keep it up. Thanks, dude. My advice for anyone who wants to pursue music as a career is to set a goal and work towards that goal by setting mini goals. So if your goal is to support yourself as a musician, like only doing music full time, set mini goals to get yourself there. So maybe you have a full-time job right now and you want to be, I don't know, a guitar teacher, then find 5 students or find a music school where you can go to teach and do that on the side. And a point to this is It's never easy to transition from one career into another. You kind of have to blend together and slowly take what your job is now and music and find ways to do this until music is up here and your job is down there. But you can't just jump from one to the next. You have to spend the time that you are tired after one job doing your passionate thing, which is music, I would assume. So set little goals for yourself, whether that means accumulating students or if you want to be a gigging musician, set a certain number of gigs and set goals for what you want the outcome of those gigs to be, whether it's fans, email signups, new networking relationships. There's a lot that goes into it. This is not going to be a one-size-fits-all answer. I guess the bottom line is you have to work really hard and you have to want it and you have to do it every day. But if you're passionate about it and you want it, then it will happen. You will not fail if you do it every day, because you will become very good at it as a result of doing something every day. And after that, your time will come where all of a sudden what was work is now maybe not even necessary, and what was music, nothing, could be up here. And even if you get to this balance, that's more than a lot of people can say. So don't give up. Don't ever get discouraged for too long. Discouragement happens, but I think the most important thing to do is to evaluate where you are each day, each week, and understand, hey, I'm a little bit further along than I was last time I checked. Leon Borlon asks, how many years did you practice before getting into music school? I played guitar seriously for about 2 years, and then I applied to Berklee College of Music and I got in. Yay. Santiago Bolivar asks, when you solo, do you think about finger positions or notes in the scale? By the way, just bought Super System and it's great. Thanks for buying Guitar Super System, dude. I appreciate it. If you want to buy Guitar Super System like Santiago, click on the link in the description. I don't really think about notes in a scale when I'm improvising because I don't have time to do that. I'm not a mathematical person. I'm more of a feel person. I definitely think about it when I'm practicing. You know, I'm trying to understand what it is I'm playing, but in the heat of the moment, I just kind of let my fingers take over. Logan Carley asks, hey Tyler, have you heard of the new Metallica album yet? And if you did heard it, what did you think of it? Smiley. I thought it was awesome. Tion asks, have you ever considered recording an album? This is another popular question. I definitely want to record an album, but I have a lot of material, but I don't have the musicians or the time to make it happen. Recording an album, believe it or not, costs a lot of money if you want to do it right. I've recorded albums in the past and it's been a lot of fun, but I now know what not to do. And one thing not to do is to rush into it. And also one thing not to do is to not have a large budget where you have room for creative liberties and extra time to spend in the studio if you need it. The creative process can't be rushed for me at this point. So I will eventually record an album. I know the people that I would do it with already. It's just a matter of finding the time and the resources to make it happen. But leave a comment in the comment section if you would be interested in me recording an album, and we'll see what happens. Luke Winchell asks, how long do you think you will be making videos? The foreseeable future. Christos Loridas asks, how long should I study per day, or depending on my schedule, in order to achieve your level and skill set regarding guitar playing? I think the most important thing for you to do is to practice daily, whether that's for 5 minutes or 5 hours. Put your hands on the frets every day and you will improve. Don't get angry at yourself if you can't practice for 2 hours. It's much better to just pick up the guitar, strum some chords, play some licks, and set it down again than it is to be like, oh, I can't practice for 2 hours, so I'm not gonna practice today, and then have that happen more often than not. Trust me, I've been there. So put your hands on the guitar every day, and I think the rule of thumb is after 10,000 hours, you're a proficient person when it comes to a skill. So I don't know if there's any way to measure that, but I'm pretty sure I've hit the 10,000 hour mark at this point, mainly because of school, but everything just becomes a little bit easier. You can put the guitar down for days at a time if you want and come back, and your skills are generally still there. But I think before that threshold, you need to work a little harder to maintain and improve. So practice for 10,000 hours in your lifetime and you will achieve intergalactic guitar awesomeness. Jan Martens asks, what do you think of Lovecraft? Never heard of it. John Mumford asks, if you could have a custom guitar made for you, what brand, color, pickups, and wood types would you use? I'm not really into all the specifications necessarily, although I do really like PRS guitars. In case you haven't noticed that, I have a little endorsement from them. So that is like my dream, to have some type of signature guitar made for me. But I also realize I'm not Mark Tremonti or Carlos Santana, so I'm not holding my breath for that to happen, but I definitely am honored to be a part of the PRS family in whatever capacity I am at this point. And I would just love to have a custom PRS. Armin Av asks, what's your wife's true opinion about metal? The world may never know. I'm just kidding. She loves my guitar playing, if that's what you're referring to, but she plays the antagonist in my videos because, I don't know, it's fun. We like making videos together, and she has a great appreciation for music despite the characters that she typically plays. And she's a very supportive and lovely woman. Azure Rain 13 asks, any tips for songwriting? Yeah, check out any one of my YouTube videos with songwriting in the title. J3R3MY, Jeremy, asks, can you tell us about your experience on college? I'm gonna make a big video about this one day. I'd like to go to Berkeley and like bring you guys along, do like a vlog style video. But until I do that, there's not really a way I can encapsulate it all into this video like this, so I'm just gonna say it was amazing. Fool on the Hill asks, how do I find time for playing guitar even though I have to do schoolwork 8 days a week? No excuses, there's 24 hours in a day. Fat Kid asks, what are your favorite pizza toppings? Pepperoni. Actually, funny story. One time, my friend Spencer and I were walking to our local pizza place in high school, and the dudes who were making our pizza didn't speak English very well, and I ordered a pepperoni pizza, and they were like, pepperoni onion? And I was like, pepperoni. And he was like, pepperoni onion? And I was like, pepperoni? And he's like, pepperoni, and I ended up getting a pepperoni and onion pizza. It was still good though. Dan Desoy asks, if you could play live with any musician in the world, who would it be? Joe Satriani. Madhavan Raha asks, let's take a break from music, shall we? What are your favorite TV shows? Oh man, I got a lot of favorites, but I would say some that come to mind would be Seinfeld, South Park, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, The Simpsons. Michael McKenzie asks, if you could only play one guitar for the rest of your life, what would it be? This one.
Wow, I feel awesome now.
It's a miracle.
Lance Creviston asks, what guitar brand is your favorite to use? What, are you new to my channel? Come on. Uissa asks, do you like Angus Young? Did he influence you, or do you like his playing style? Is improv? Yes, I like Angus Young. Back in Black was one of the first guitar solos that I mastered. Jose Sales asks, who shreds the most out of Herman Lee, Sinister Gates, Buckethead, Paul Gilbert, Michelangelo, and Lil Wayne? Paul Gilbert, and it's not close. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the Q&A. Sorry if I didn't get to your question. I had tons of them flowing in on both YouTube and on Twitter, where I asked you to submit them, so that's why I primarily chose Twitter questions. If you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter @MusicIsWin. That would be awesome. Also, head over to my Twitter if you want to find out if you were one of the lucky people to win free access to any one of my courses. That was the free thing that I was mentioning. You could win if you submitted a question on Twitter. So just message me back, tweet me back which course you would like, and it's yours. So congratulations to you lucky people who won. I picked completely randomly, so no worries there. Also, there is literally 1 day left, actually probably like 12 hours left on my promotion that I'm running, where you can get any one of my courses for 10 bucks. All the links are in the description below, so grab those if you're interested in taking one of my courses, or if you want to get a gift for somebody for the holidays. I think it would be cool to send them a nice virtual guitar course. I mean, who does that, right? It would be very unique. So do that. It helps me out, it helps support me, and allows me to keep creating these awesome videos. And I'm going to also let you know about my course, Modern Rock Guitar Techniques, which you saw a couple clips from in this video. The email list to find out details and possibly win free access to that course, as well as some free gear, is in the description. So sign up for that email list. It's free to sign up for that, obviously. And generally, I just want to tell you guys, I am really happy to have people who want to watch what I do. I've worked really hard for a long time. Now it kind of feels like it's paying off. I'm getting some consistency in not only subscribers and stuff like that, but just the quality of the content, and some of the friends I've made on YouTube and on social media because of all this Music is Win stuff has been overwhelmingly awesome. So thank you so much. I hope this Q&A session was a good window into my my mind when I don't have a guitar in my hands. And I really just want to get to know you guys even more. Let me know in the comments if you liked this Q&A or if it was the dumbest thing ever, and I won't do it again. But until next time, my friends, I'll see you. Oh, I don't have a good ending. Dang, I had it. Later.